This game we're about to watch quite literally set competitive Madden back. I don't know, 5, 10 years or so in like the public's eye. Madden 20. This is the Madden Bowl Championship, so it's the biggest game of the year. It is D Croft playing against Joke. Now, a really important thing to keep in mind here, for context purposes, is that this is not Ultimate Team, but rather Salary Cap is the game mode. And what Salary Cap is a game mode where essentially you get 100 MUT bucks to build your offensive defense. Okay, so 100 total to build them, and players all cost a different amount of MUT bucks. And then from there, you want to like scheme your team or you build your team to fit your scheme the best, whatever. Now, what's important here is that on offense, we're going to see Joke's immediately on offense. Look at who he has at wide receiver. He has a shitty offensive lineman. These offensive linemen are all pretty like mediocre. He has a couple of decent linemen, and then almost all of his cap, all of his MUT bucks essentially went onto his halfback. So he was able to save a bunch of his money and only spend on his halfback. Whereas Croft, what made this interesting is that Croft was a passer. So he threw the ball every single play. So to be able to be a good passer, you had to have a little bit of an O-line. You had to have a halfway decent running back. You had to have wide receivers. And then you had to build your defense as well. So it's super lopsided. Now, in this game, and for what it's worth, context as well, I remember this game super vividly because me and Croft used to play every single day, constantly. He's part of the TNC crew at this point, which I was I was one of the originating members of. The TNC is still the best Madden crew, in my opinion, of all time, or the best passing crew, I should say, definitely. But this was this was a crazy game, and this is a game where Joke uses a punter at quarterback, but it's not as simple as like him just trolling, right? So if you see right here, he has Eli Manning at quarterback, but like it's not good Eli Manning. It's like a super low overall. He's like 69 overall. He can't throw the ball, anything like that. But you see, immediately Joke gets stopped, and what he would do in these tournaments, and what the strategy was for people who played like this, was that they would play pretty much super heavy defense. You see, 4th and 7, he just punted. That does not happen anymore, and really didn't really happen until then. And it was just, hey, we're gonna load up on defense with all of our MUT bucks, and we're gonna play in ball. You know what I mean? And so with that, like the team discrepancy was crazy because Croft or passers, anybody who played kind of balanced, had like a decent offense and a decent defense. Joke had a bad offense, a great running back though, and then an incredible defense. So like literally like player ratings wise, Joke would have 98 speed, 99 speed, 97 speed, high zone, all that stuff, and Croft would be rocking close to like 95 speed, 94 speed, 96 speed. So that's really where this comes in at. And when he actually starts using a punter at quarterback, I'll talk about why he does that. But Croft probably at this time ran one of the best passing offenses, I mean, in Madden. This is old gen, so you see the movements a lot different as well, which is kind of cool. But U-Trips, Patriots playbook, still good, just not as good as it used to be. And it's a lot of horizontal passing concepts, which I'm a huge fan of. So you can kind of see that right here. If we see this route combo, we're going to see, I don't know what this is, something releasing. Might be a curl or a streak. I couldn't see. But we've got a little zig right here. Let's go attack this. Attack the right flat in the seam. We have a curl sitting right here. We have a flat. And then we have a wheel that's going to attack the seam. And that's how you had to attack a lot of these defenses, was you had to look for route combos that could develop quick. And so we're going to see. Okay, he's going to try attacking the seam with that as well. Boom. I mean, you see how like, this is where like I have no sympathy for people complaining about blitzes now, because this was like the most popular blitz of Madden 24. 146 cover 2 sync, or yeah, I think it was cover 2 sync. It was, might have been also another one called like DB. It wasn't DB fire, but something like that. Doesn't really matter too much, the actual specifics. But like you see that blitz right there is like, all right. So these games were super defensive, and you can see Croft has actual decent skill positions. He has a good center right here. Yeah, it's tough. He's gonna try blocking it this time. And we'll see. Little double team. He's got double team D tackle. There's a few different blocking setups you had to do to block the different style of blitzes you could call from this. It was almost like a guessing game very consistently. Super annoying. He's gonna have RB. No. Oh, dude. He used to be able to tap LT and get into a quarterback run animation, which was super sick. It's not a thing in the game anymore, but it was awesome. But you can see pretty fast how annoying this shit is, dude. Like it's tough. One of the things I miss about Madden that used to be a big part of my offense and a lot of people's offenses is motion snapping. So Decroft runs it. He might do it almost every single play, but you can motion somebody and snap it, and they just like bolt off the line of scrimmage. Whereas now it's more realistic, where they kind of like do a little bit of a stutter and then they're able to take off. It's tough. You just can't use it like you could. And we'll see. Yeah, watch if he motions. Watch how this guy attacks the line of scrimmage. Watch this motion guy right here. He's going. Okay, boom. See what I'm saying? He just goes straight up. But dude, like, look at the blitz, and we're just gonna see Decroft punt it right back. And these games just became like almost punt fests, dude. Ooh, bad punt by Decroft. You always want to try to punt it out of bounds. Like, if you can like get it right on the sideline, because you just don't want them to get return yards. Especially because one of the big things these guys like Joke would do in building their team is they would spend a bunch of their MUT bucks on a kicker who could kick from like 60. So he's almost in field goal range right now. But you can see. So one of the big little like nerd things, and it's why like the Joke gets so much hate for using a punter at quarterback on some plays, but it actually makes like if you think it made sense in the context of the game. So he's running a dive right now, and Eli Manning's right-handed. So for this dive to really like open up fast, you have to run the dive to the right. You have to run that dive to your quarterback's strong hand. Now, a lot of defenses, especially the main meta defense on a 3-4 odd, but he's in 55 wide right now, would blow up right-handed dives. But if you called it to the left side, it would beat that defense. It was really, really nerdy, but it would. And so what the punter at QB does, and we'll see it here soon, is the punter at quarterback it was a left-handed punter. So you'd be able to call dive to the left, get the fast handoff, and you'd be good. But you see, like this was the scheme, dude. And it was hell. I played against this style of offense a lot, and it was something, dude. It was something. You see again, like just falls forward, and now he's in field goal range. He just got 3 points. I saw dudes in this situation, they would get into like a 3rd and 10 or something, and they would just kick. They were so cool. If they scored 9 points in the game, they thought they won. Like seriously. Joke in his head, if he scores 9, that's 2 possessions. He's saying Decroft won't score 9. He just can't. And so here's an example of that. So he goes kind of dive left. That might have been a zone weak left, but it's kind of a really slow handoff here against a little bit different of a defense. And this defense was super good. So we'll see. He's not using the left-handed QB quite yet. We'll see. Yeah, going dive left again. Let's see if we see a little gap shoot from this D end. That's what should happen right here, or this D end. Let's see. He's also milking the milking of the clock. Like, yeah. So that's what would happen a lot. Is this defense was super nerdy, where this guy would like come free a lot, and you could cut back kind of, but you couldn't always do it. So check this D end. See what I'm saying? And then this guy would wrap up, and just be a good it'd just be solid run defense. But it would get destroyed by a left-handed dive. Really stupid. But I mean, like, all things considered, dude, as much as I hated playing against this stuff, man, it was genius. He's going to go over to a power O, which power O's, I think he's going to go power O out of I form close. Power O's were tough to stop. He's going to audible to, he's going to go stretch instead. Okay. I mean, this is giving me like PTSD, bro. Timeout Decroft. Okay. I'd be surprised if he goes stretch, actually, just because I feel like I can't remember where he can kick from, but you just want to make sure you don't go backwards too far, right? That's really the big thing. He's going to go dive. Yeah, Joe Thomas in motion, dive right. So you should see that same kind of like insta shoot, kind of. Not too much. Oh, we got out. Oh. Damn. And see, those are the plays that in this game, I remember thinking, like, this is the run. Against this defense, this is the run that you want Joke calling. The dive right against this. Because a lot of times you'd get somebody coming free or your user would come right here. And so you'd be able to stop this run a lot. There were better runs that they could have called. But this one right here, you see the move, he just gets out. And, I mean, that's all Joke wants. Now he's able to chew it all the way to the 2-minute warning, probably at a minimum. You got to think he's 9 rushes for 30 yards. So averaging 3.2 a carry, something like that. And he just got 12 yards right there. So he's averaging, like, the run defense has been good. It was a miserable experience. Let's see, we still have Eli Manning. at the quarterback spot, which also like the punter at QB thing. Like we've seen mostly Eli Manning. I think Tressway might have been on one of the original snaps or one of the first snaps, but like it was mostly a quarterback, dude. It was just fucking headlines. You see right there, like that kind of gap shoot, but you could cut it back, and that this run defense won a lot of games against these runners, dude. But they started figuring out how to just chip away at it, and it was. I mean, I'm telling you, as somebody, I used to lab the hell out of this game, man. I remember preparing so much with D Croft around this time, and oh, I mean, fucking Joe Thomas is in motion right now, bro. Oh my god. Fake hot routes, because why not? Yeah, let's pretend, dude. Let's pretend we're calling hot routes. Bang. See the use. And it was just, man, touchdown. And like in Joke's mind, he just won the game. He'll get 3 points at some point. Like that's seriously how these dudes operated. Only good thing for D Croft is that D Croft has beaten this defense numerous times this year. Like he has. Fix your camera and go D Croft. Oh, he can't fix it. All right, D Croft. All right, we'll skip ahead. All right, thank you for showing us. Thank you for showing us. We'll skip ahead. Pause the game. All right, Joke accepting the timeout. Okay, this right here is like just scumbag shit from Joke. He accepts it. It's like, dude. It's like, dude, it's obvious. Like, it's obvious that he couldn't snap the ball. It's not like D Croft was like confused and like, dude, just decline the timeout, bro. Or decline the fucking obvious technical timeout. Because then we have to do all this nonsense. Let me skip ahead. Thank you. All right, we're on 2nd and 10. We've missed the first play. Now Joke burns a timeout. Can we get into the gameplay, please? 2nd and 10. This is where things would get crazy, though. And Joke's an incredibly good defensive player. So we saw a lot of pressure, right? Last drive. Boom, boom, right? Something like this. Check out what Joke does here. He's in the formation 1-4-6, so he has great coverage capabilities from this. D Croft is afraid of the blitz. So look what D Croft does. D Croft blocks. D Croft blocks. And look what Joke does here. So D Croft's only sending 3 routes out. Joke only sends 3. You're bagged. Like it's like you can't do much. And it's great. I mean, D Croft does as much as he can stepping into the pocket. Takes a good sack right there, only losing 2 yards. A lot of people force something, or a lot of people walk backwards. That's something where like pocket presence has, you know, it's still really important. It is like it's a big separator between good and great players. Like, really, that's the difference. Not really good and bad players, like good and great players, in my opinion. Pocket makes a huge difference in. But it's not as big anymore. You can see now he's doing that same kind of Max Pro setup, but he's putting a delay fade out there just to give himself the option of a late release. But you see the motion snap again. Oh, he totally Max Pro'd that. Damn. Oof, that could have been a fumble. And I think D Croft punts this. And it's literally because like this was such a defensive game because of the AP stuff. Dude, D Croft, punt it out of bounds. I do not know. Okay, he's trying to, I think. Did he just shank this punt? No way. Okay. Good punt. That's what you... Bad punt. Bad punt. Never mind. Never mind. Especially against like this guy who all he wants to do is get 20 yards on offense. He does not care. He's not trying to score touchdowns. He's trying to kick 3. And D Croft, I don't even think D Croft's gotten a first down yet. This was miserable. I'm telling you, like I watched this in real time, pulling for D Croft. I'm like we put in work, dude. And it's like, oh my god. There's a little dive, boom. Good D. Does D Croft call timeout? No. And that's just another way like the game has changed so much. Whereas you see now, people are so like confident that they're gonna score points every drive. Whereas D Croft's like, I might like if D Croft scores a touchdown, it's a success. It really is. Like, and nowadays, Madden 24, if you get stopped, you suck. Like that really is like the notion competitively. We still see though Eli Manning at quarterback. So still no punter, although we will see it come in at some point. But for what it's worth, like, dude, the headlines and stuff like that, dude, it's so misleading. That like it really did. As funny as it is, it really did put back comp Madden a lot and put a lot of like, in my opinion, wrongful hate on Madden, because like it wasn't like he was rocking a punter at quarterback and like dotting and dominating. It was literally for a different handoff animation, and so he could play good defense. Here's Tressway. You're gonna see that left-handed dive right here, most likely. Boom. And you kind of see like that's his biggest run of the game right there. It's with left-handed dive. Oh, that would have changed everything. End of the half though. End of the half. I didn't even notice that. So never mind. It would not have changed everything, but There's the Tressway dive. So halftime, 7-0. I mean, this is miserable, dude. You see how fast the games go by, too. Decroft gets ball out of half. So first play, Decroft actually looks like he goes with a little halfback power out of U-trips. Trying to make something happen. A little bit of a hole there. I love the old move. The old move is so arcadey and so like video game-y. I really didn't mind it. I really didn't. Just gotta find a way. Gotta find a way, Decroft. And you see him max proing again, putting that delay fade out there. Has Mostert at full. Mostert subbed in at fullback, and then he goes fullback wing package. And he's just motioning into a basic flood concept to the right. And just nothing there. Oh. I mean, what's crazy is that's probably Decroft's best play so far. Oh, it's only a gain of 1. Damn. Oh, dude. This game sucked. This game was terrible, man. This was not fun. This isn't even like talking about like the Eric Dickerson like abilities and stuff like that. This is just pure. Oh man, he's going spaceship as the route combo, slant post. Picks up the pressure, but you see, dude, like look at the D tackle, man. Like this is good pocket, but when you have, and this is still like a strategy you can use in Madden, is setting edge pressure so they have to step up, and then watch the D tackle just collapse the pocket. Just nothing you could do. And Decroft has stuff open actually right there if he gets a second longer. But Frank Clark had El Toro at the time. He's got 5 sacks, and Decroft is like he's not being lazy with the pass protection. Just the defense is great. The defensive scheme is great. The defensive play calls are literally just really good in Madden. And then the team-wise, his defense is literally just better than his offense. So it's just a combination of things. But this is tough. And Joke knows here, dude. Like I said earlier, 9 points wins, 10 wins too. You know what I mean? All he's trying to do, get a cool 3 points on this drive, needs like 25 yards, and that's it. Let's go dive. Eli Manning. Boom. Oh. And that's where, man, the fast, like putting so much AP on your halfback here, like you can kind of see this interaction where, like, we have a free shot on this guy, which, like, if you were to lab run defense and you got this, you'd be like, oh, dude, we're fire. Like, this is great run defense. But you had the ability, if you were good and this guy and the running back was way faster than the D end, to take this and then immediately bang. And that's kind of what you see right here, which it's like, what do you, like, on, you know what I mean? It's like on defense, what do you even do? It's like, that's really how I remember feeling about it. I'm like, dude, like, this is good. Like, you can't get, like, maybe I'm being ignorant or just stubborn, but it's like, dude, it's so hard to even argue to get better run defense than that. You know what I mean? Goes dive right there. Kind of quick snaps him for the first time at the 50-yard line. Now it's 16 rushes for 100 yards. Although, really, it's pretty inflated just because of that end of half run that got like 40. And then maybe 2 10-yard gains, give or take, like that right there. So it's tough. We'll see what he does. Is there a chance that he goes out of a shotgun run play here? Maybe. Yeah, I want to point out something here that I just saw on the formation screen. Check this out. So he's gonna go look at. So he's got 97 overall. Franco Harris as a backup running back, and then Gale Sayers is 99 overall. So like his backs, right? Because he has a fullback as well. I guess I should have mentioned. Like these are the best players in the game, and he can afford that because his tight end is ass. His wide receiver out here is ass. Some of his guards, I think, are ass as well. Quarterback ass. This is Tressway right here, left-handed dive. Let's see how this run defense does. Boom. Ends up stopping him. But even the fall forward, like, and Joke's like, cool. Like, he is, man, I can't remember where he can kick from, but he's within a couple yards. So if you're Decroft, dude, you almost like, yeah, almost sell out. But that's what's so hard with run defense is like some of the biggest runs I feel like I give up are when I'm like, the selling out the most to stop the run. You know what I mean? Because just like once they get past that first wave, once you're selling out, GG's. Should be able to potentially get a gap shoot here. Might knock him in the backfield. We'll see. This 3-4 odd defense was solid. Boom. Gap shoot. Bang. Didn't really get him in the backfield, but he had a couple things. And this is like huge. Because he's not in field goal range. 3rd and 6. Couple yards he is. If Decroft gets a stop here, we're chilling. Decroft lets up really even a few yards. It's tough. You can go back to dive. You might see a spin right here from Decroft. I'm going to spin back, get into this gap right here, a C gap on the left side. Let's see if he does. I think he will, because I think he's gonna try cut Gil. Yeah, there's a spin, and that, I mean, oh, it's like, bro, it's like, what do you even do? Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see this, it's like, this almost acts as a trap, which is hilarious because it's a dive. But like, man, like this is also just great run stick. Like, it really is. It really, really is. Like, look, like, dude, I just want to watch it again. I'm almost in awe. I'm really almost in awe. Like, this was fundamentally sound. Like, boom, skirt. That really is very similar to a trap, but it's not a trap. It's a dive. Just how the guys are getting blocked. And now if you're D-Crop, it's like you still have life because if when you're in D-Crop's shoes, it's like you'll get it. Like if Joke gets the ball back, you will get a stop, assuming he gets the ball on his own 20 or something, right? Because right there is an example of D-Crop going all out for the run, gets past the first wave touchdown. In your mind, if you're D-Crop, right, if you can find a way to score, you will get a stop just because it's offense. And the fact that Joke has scored 2 touchdowns is like very, like, it's just not common for the style of offense. It really wasn't. It doesn't move the ball great. So you have life. Like, there is some life. That's the only thing going for you. It's just that passing is gonna be miserable. Scoring these touchdowns, you almost need like some luck. You need one of these 2 drives to get back into this game to be like a lucky like dot juke touchdown type thing, you know, or just like blown coverage from Joke. Which a lot of this coverage is very, very basic stock coverages. Just calling the blitz. Boom, picked up. I mean, I don't even think we've seen a completion almost. And it's crazy. Like, I want to keep in mind, like, this is the championship. Like, D-Crop who did he beat to get here? He beat Wesley. He beat Henry. He was passing. Like, he had the best offense in this tournament. There's a dot. Yeah, 1 for 1. Like, his first completion's the final play of the third quarter. Oh, man. Back in Madden, also current gen, old gen now is just better. Or it was just like, offense was way harder. Especially with the users and the blitzes. It's like, dude, I'm telling you, bro. That's why I do not feel any sympathy anymore for like, oh, this blitz is too good. Like, play fucking this, dude. Play against this. I mean, these dudes would punt on 4th and 1 because they just want to play defense. It was crazy. It was nasty in Madden, bro. It was nasty. Let's go. What we got? A little out route? No, good dot. Good dot. D-Crop's getting into it a little bit. And it sucks, dude. When you're playing, like, you see him getting hit right there. It's only a send 4. 4 is coming in on 6. Like, it's pretty consistent. Like, you have to do a lot to defend, to block it, and then let another blitz, another style of blitz come in. There we go. Let's see. It's just, I mean, he's dropping so many in coverage. It's just like, oh, it's miserable. And Joke's such a good defensive player on top of it. Like, what do you do, man? What do you do? I remember playing Jaybird, Problem Child in this same style of defense, and it's like, oh, quick little hitch right there. And this is how you'd move the ball up and down the field against this defense, is passing like this. It's just D-Crop couldn't get into a rhythm until about now. It's like, I mean, it's so close to being too late. If you are D-Crop in this situation, you gotta remember, like, it's not too late. Like, you have your timeouts and whatnot. And even right there, like, we're missing reads. This is damn near a game, right? 4th and 5. 4th and 5 in field goal range for Joke. So we gotta go. We gotta pick it up. Can't punt, obviously. We're gonna see probably a Max Pro, and Max Pro with a good route combo and just hoping. Motions out the solo side wide receiver. Let's see what we have here. Let's go. D-Crop's gonna try to pick it up. He might go delay fade as well. No delay fade. Pressure. I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's such a tough spot, man. It's so tough. I want to say D-Crop beat Clef in this too. I think, like, I just want to make clear because, like, people be like looking at this, be like, damn, how'd D-Crop make it to the championship? Like, dude, he was good. This defense is, I mean, Joke was the best player this year, and it wasn't close. Like, he was the best player. Like, a lot of times in Madden, there's not much parity between, like, the actual best player. Right now in Madden, there is with Henry. But a lot of times in the past, it'd be like, man, this guy won the tournament. Like, it could have been a few different ways. You know what I'm saying? In this, bro, Joke was the best, and there was no arguing it. His scheme was the best, and he was actually the best at the game. You know, Joke gets that 3. We'll see what D-Crop does here. 2nd and 17. I mean, the game's pretty much over at this point, right? Gets sacked. 4th and 12. We'll see his final play on offense, unless he picks this up. I don't foresee him picking this up, though. For some reason, I don't think he picks this up. Quick throw. All right. Good job, D-Croft. You picked it up, brother. Out of timeouts. We'll fast forward some. Yep. That's going to be GG's. 17-0. Joke wins. And this is he had one of the best Madden seasons ever. His name is I Run, You Pass, I Win. Oh, GG's. If you guys want to get better at John Madden football, check out my website, civil.gg. Use code PREMIUM for 25% off and start getting better at Madden. I'll save you time. I'll win you more games. I'll let you have more fun on the game of John Madden football. See you on the next one.